My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. And I told you that I was going to do a video on AI stocks, but cheap AI stocks. If that's what you're looking for, you're in the right spot. And these are stocks that are on an article, but I wanted to do a deeper dive looking at the VectorVest system along with the news that could potentially move these stocks higher and you can get in on the ground floor. So let's start off with the article. As I open that up, this came from Investor Place a few days ago. 7 AI penny stocks that could skyrocket in 2023. Real quickly, they gave you the stocks and they said what they were doing. Innovo is attempting to revolutionize e-commerce advertising through AI. Commerce, okay. Remark, it's small but growing quickly in the right markets. Amsite is leveraging ChatGPT to launch AI-supported learning pilot programs. Education. PowerBridge Technologies. Now, this is a Chinese company, is light on info, but does have significant upside. I've got some news on it, okay? Predictive Oncology, POAI. The company is combining AI and a large tissue repository to test cancer. Anything that deals with cancer or diabetes or high blood pressure is always something that catches my attention. Lantern Pharmaceutical, another one, is another high potential biotech battling cancer. And Oblong is bringing new tech to meetings and has enterprise applicability. All right, anyway, so these are the 7 stocks in the story. So now I want to do a little more research. Amsite, changing the face of education through AI. So a different article from a different spot. Education. PowerBridge unveils a plan to leverage ChatGPT technology for early childhood education. Remark is a smart safety platform, provides AI-powered video analytics. So from a safety perspective, to help the city of Edinburgh, that's in Scotland, manage the New Year's Eve crowd traffic during the Hogmanay festivities. So cool. Security, giving some useful information on how to manage traffic. AI. Oblong, this is a stock that's moving today, announces compliance with NASDAQ bid price requirement. It's got to be at $2, and it's a low dollar stock in the AI space. This could be the boost that pushed the stock higher. Predictive. This one is POAI. This is the one that said, I don't believe that it had a lot of information on it. Oncology announced partnership to develop the first ever genomics-based approach to precision radiation therapy and drug discovery using artificial intelligence. Cancer as well. And the last one of them I did not, INUV, I didn't find any more news on it, but Lantern, another pharmaceutical. It has a collaboration with TTC Oncology to expand the clinical development of its drug candidate TTC 352. So one main article, and then I broke these stocks out into other stories that were out there as well. Now, let's get to the VectorVest software and take a look. Here's my list, 7 stocks. First thing I noticed that the majority of them are sells. Well, 4 of them are sells. 3 of them are holds. Looking at the VST, from a VST perspective, man, it's not there. These are cheap stocks. These are more speculative plays, but in a hot space. So a lot of you may not have a lot of money in the market. If the AI space is moving, then these stocks could be moved up through that space. But which ones have good upside potential? Well, there's 2 of them. AMST has got a relative value of 1.30, should outperform a AAA corporate bond by 30%. PowerBridge should outperform by 7%. Notice that none of the safeties are above 1. Which stocks are in an uptrend out of the list? INUV, the one that I could not find any more news on, but notice there's no movement on it. I'd be very careful with this. I'd be very, very careful with this. Let's talk about earnings. Earnings growth. Which ones have the best earnings growth? AMST, 28% they grow their earnings by. PowerBridge, 5%. POAI by 4%. The other ones are negative. Again, speculative plays that hopefully within a growing market should help these stocks really grow. Now, OBLG Oblong was a big mover this morning, is giving back some. Remark is up today about 4%. Predictive Oncology is up about 2.5%. So if I had to look at these stocks and say which ones I would take advantage of, well, there's a couple of things that I'd be looking for. One, which one has the highest growth rate? AMST. I'm going to write that one down. AMST. I like, because earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. Why else do I like AMST? It's got a relative value above 1. That's 2 things for AMST. It's down today and it's a sell recommendation, but there's 2 things that I like: the earnings growth rate and the relative value. Let's sort this by VST, which has got the highest VST, INUV, but nothing else going on for it. Right now, I would wait on that one. Negative earnings growth rate, not fundamentally sound, and not a lot of volume on it. Not feeling the volume on it. Let's go look at RT. Which ones are moving up the fastest? INUV. I'd still be very careful with that. Which has the highest CI? INUV. There's a lot of things saying INUV should be on your radar. I need to see some volume. Most of these, if not all of these, one is, why else do I like AMST? It's undervalued. As a cheap, inexpensive stock, it is actually undervalued. So if I'm looking at this list, I think that all of these stocks have great potential based on the news and based on the space that's hot. But if I had to pick one now, I think the best one that I would pick would be AMST. As a matter of fact, let's graph all of these stocks. All right, put these on a 1-month graph. Let's take a look. INUV, again, I couldn't find a lot of news on it. I'm not feeling the graph right now. Lantern, man. Good news, but now if I'm looking at the graphs, I'm not feeling them so much, right? POAI, AMST, as much as I liked it. Forgot about it. It had a 12-to-1 reverse split. Here it is, 1 to 12. It was a reverse split. That's what helped to put this stock up. Looking at these graphs, even as much as I like the potential of these stocks, I'm looking at all of these graphs. All of these graphs are telling me no. So no matter which stock I like, which is AMST, on a graph perspective, first thing I'm looking for is for the 3 to go above the 8, number 1. Number 2, I'm making sure that the market is in my direction, number 2. All right, so all of these stocks have great news behind them. They've got great stories behind them. On paper, they all look good. But looking at the analysis of them, the only one that I really like was AMST. What I don't like about it right now is the graph. No matter what any of these stocks may have hit what you like, make sure that the graphs are moving in your direction before you pull the trigger. So folks, those are my 7 stocks that are cheap stocks, but you need to time them. I'm not telling anybody out there to go buy them right now and go rock and roll. Make sure the market is moving in your direction, and make sure that the stocks are doing what you want them to do, which is go up in price before you pull the trigger. This video is over, and until the next time, see ya.